everyone, this is Dr. Jawad. In this short video, I'm going to answer a question. I went to my primary doc and I have normal TSH levels and normal T4 levels. And so why do I still feel sluggish? Why do I feel that it's my thyroid gland? Why didn't they dive deeper into a full thyroid panel? Now, when I work with patients and potential patients, one of the requirements I want to know is I want to see a full thyroid panel, because a full thyroid panel not only gives us the TSH and the T4, but it gives us what's being utilized, what's working, what's not working. Is it converting? Is it not converting? Do you have thyroid resistance? Okay, so I just want to go over 10 symptoms that you may still have a low functioning thyroid gland even though you have normal TSH and T4 levels. And this is in no particular order. Number one, do you feel tired and sluggish? I know a lot of times, again, you're busy with the kids, you're busy with work, you're busy with after school activities. Do you just feel tired and sluggish constantly? It could be, again, low thyroid. Next, cold. A lot of times people who experience cold hands, cold feet, cold nose, the tips of the fingertips are cold, the tips of the toes are cold. No matter how much they try to warm themselves up, they're always cold. And this is in 90-degree Chicago heat. Okay? That could be a symptom of a low functioning thyroid, because your thyroid gland, I always kind of coin it as it's the furnace of the body. So if you have a low functioning thyroid, you're always going to be cold. Now let's flip it over. If your thyroid gland is overactive, this could be one of the reasons why you're hot all the time. Requires sleep. Do you require sleep? No matter how much sleep you get, you just never feel rested. So you have to have the coffee, you have to have the sugar, you have to have the caffeine. Now, what happens is that the thyroid gland is usually paired up with the adrenals. Okay, the adrenal glands are about the shape of a quarter, and they sit on top of your kidneys. And I always say that the adrenal gland is like your battery backup to your thyroid. They work together. So if you have a low functioning thyroid, that adrenal gland gets overtaxed, and this could be the reason why you require so much sleep. Now, this is a tricky one: weight gain. Now, one of the functions of the thyroid gland is to control how many calories you burn at rest. So even though you're eating clean, I worked with a patient of mine, and she was a very clean eater. And she was about to do a marathon. Okay, we did some blood work. It turned out that, again, her thyroid was affecting the basic metabolic rate, how many calories she burned at rest. Or what happens is that sometimes they may lose 10 pounds this month, but they'll gain 10 pounds next month without even changing the dietary habits. Now, one of the things that I always want to look into, especially when it's a pattern like that, I want to look at an autoimmune disease called Hashimoto's. It just so happens this young lady, she had Hashimoto's, which means that her immune system was attacking her thyroid gland. This is why she was fluctuating in weight. She would gain 5 pounds one month, lose 10 pounds the next while training for a marathon. This is important too. Depressed or anxious. Now, there's a connection between inflammation and the thyroid gland. If your body's always inflamed, you're going to increase the cortisol levels from the adrenal glands, which shuts down the thyroid function. Now, again, also, I want to look for, do you have low T3? Are you converting the T4 to T3, but the T3 is low? That could be an indicator of a low thyroid. Now, the thing about the thyroid gland is that it has a direct connection to the gut. It helps process and digest foods. Now, one of the things that if you have malabsorption, you're not absorbing the B vitamins. Now, I always say that the B vitamins are the energy molecules. They give the body energy. So if you have a low functioning thyroid, especially the B vitamins, then you may be feeling depressed or anxious. Next, again, infrequent bowel movements, constipated, bloated, diarrhea, because the gastrointestinal system influences the thyroid, and the thyroid influences the GI system. One of the functions of the thyroid is to help break down the food metabolites for better absorption. Also, it helps convert inactive T4 to T3. So this could be a reason why you have irregular bowel movements, gas, bloating. Also too, one of the functions of the digestive systems, it absorbs vitamins, B vitamins, and iron, zinc, vitamin K, vitamin D. Now again, if you have bad absorption due to irregular bowel movements, okay, this may be affecting the thyroid gland. Next, irregular menstrual cycle. This plays a big part with females who have symptoms of low thyroid. because the sex hormones are influenced by the thyroid gland. So when you have too much floating estrogen, it actually shuts down the thyroid, which could be one of the indicators why you have menstrual irregularities. Hair loss. This is a big thing. Now again, it doesn't matter if the hair loss is at the top of your head, your genitals, typically on the outer 1/3 of the eyebrows. Hair loss, remember the thyroid affects the GI system, so if the thyroid gland is low functioning, it's going to affect the absorption of essential vitamins and minerals, which help regenerate hair. Dry skin, dry scalp. Again, the thyroid gland has a direct connection with the digestive system. If you have poor digestion due to a low thyroid, then you're not absorbing all these nutrients, especially vitamins A and C, which will help with the skin. So this is where you're going to get dry, again, dry skin, dry scalp, all eczema, psoriasis, so forth and so on. Another one, brain fog. Okay, brain fog, your mood, your mental stamina, focus. Are you just not focused all the time? I have patients of mine who have low functioning thyroid that they just feel like they're going to walk around in a daze. Why? Because again, it could be the conversion of inactive T4 to T3. They may have a poor conversion with T3. So again, symptoms of low thyroid. If this sounds like you, again, if you checked off more than 5 of these, you may have a low functioning thyroid. Now, one of the requirements that I have in working with patients and future patients is that I always request a full thyroid panel, because I want to know not only is your thyroid gland working, but how is the rest of the body utilizing it. I hope this helps. My website is www.totalhealthdupage.com. If you haven't done so, please hit the subscribe button down below. Share with a friend. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.